What is going on here, Good Tribe? This is your boy Terry, and today I'm going to be talking about how my father doesn't take any accountability for all the life choices that he made for me. Um, Basically, going to start out back in high school when was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I wanted to stay home and work for a year and figure out life from there, but my father said, "You're either going to go to school or you're going to go to the military." And I was like, I definitely don't like being yelled at, and I definitely don't like being a yes man. So I'll go to school. And the only reason why I agreed to go to school is because he promised that he was going to pay for the student loans. So when I get out of school, I ain't gonna have no issues. Um, Long story short, obviously he didn't do that. um, the only school I got accepted to was in Key West, which was a blessing in disguise because it was a very good school for marine biology and diving. So it helped me further my scuba diving skills because I got certified in scuba diving when I went to Hawaii when I turned 18 for a family vacation. So it worked out perfectly. Um, I had to take 6 remedial classes, so it gave me an extra year of schooling that I needed. So it also helped me with my scuba diving because I went from being certified as open water, which is your basic scuba diving certification, and it allowed me to advance in my scuba diving certification. So I got my advanced my second year there, I think, and then I had a choice to. I was like running out of classes for my third year because I needed enough classes to be in the dorm. So I obviously was like, oh, I could take um, rescue scuba diving for PADI, and I'll get that certification. And that was great. It helped me get my certification for research diving, professional research diving. And that was great. I became a recreational rescue diver for PADI. It also gave me chances to take more classes that'll help me advance in my marine bio, which was like certifications for PADI, like fish identification, coral reef restoration, project aware, etc., etc. Um, so when you graduate from that school in Key West, you get automatic acceptance to the school I went to up here, which I found out was racist. And later on, um, so go to this school. My dad forces me to go to the school because I didn't want to go. I wanted to go to FAU or FIU so I could try out for the football team, try to get a scholarship. And I know they do a lot of tutoring, so I was like, that would be great for me because I want to get out of school, etc., etc. That didn't happen. Obviously, my father thinks he knows everything. He wants me to go for the automatic acceptance, even though it's a private school. He wanted me to get in state because I got my driver's license the year before in Key West, so I could get in state. But I go to Nova and I'm telling him it's a private school, you're not gonna get in state. He's like, just go to the finance office, you're gonna get in state. I was like, okay. So I go, and obviously I look stupid going in asking that question. So I call him and I told him, look, they told me it's a private school, they don't do in state. He's like, yes, they do, da da da. I'm like, okay, bro, you talk to them. I'm not talking to them. He find out that they obviously don't do in state. So I keep it pushing. So I go to the school and I let my student advisor or whatever, make my class schedule or whatever. They don't tell me about it, like the whole thing. They just tell me like what classes I'm taking for that semester. So eventually, I basically get screwed over. They give me all the hard classes my last 2 years, all this like science, all the hard sciences too, like organic chemistry, etc. Like chemistry, organic chemistry, marine bio. I mean, oceanography is not that bad. I know oceanography pretty well, but like they give me all the hard. all the sciences. It's like, I'm not going to do that. So I try to pivot and do environmental science. So environmental science, all I needed was basically, I don't know, 12 classes to graduate. So I was like, that would be way better. So I do my first semester, and then my father kicks me out the house. And he tells me to move down to Florida and figure it out, basically. So obviously, I'm in the real world kind of now, and I have to find a job. So I go find a job at the job that I worked for 6 years. Everybody knows, if you go back in time and watch all my old videos, how torturous that was. That's the only major life decision I was able to make in my life. They give me a car, and basically I tried to figure out everything from there. So obviously, my father forced me to work for the family friend. My father forced me to do a whole bunch of traveling with them whenever they wanted. My father forced me to do a whole bunch of things that distracted me from building the life that I want. I should have started doing Twitch, especially back then, because that's when a lot of people were blowing up. I was really good at zombies. I'm a living legend in Call of Duty Zombies, and I was playing a lot of Siege. I could have been rich by now, and I could have done YouTube as well, but I didn't think about that back then. I promise you, I could have been well off by now if I would have thought about that years ago. Never thought about doing these things until recently, after getting therapy and getting away from listening to my toxic parents. So yeah, man, it's crazy like how your parents can literally tell you that you have to take accountability for your life, but they don't give you the power to take accountability for your life, and you end up being screwed over for that. It's kind of like my ex-girlfriend. Her family didn't want her to date me because I'm black. She was never really able to live a life outside of what her family wanted her to live. She lived with her parents while we were still dating. Her father used to tell her to come home all the time while we were still dating. And I sat there for years dealing with that. And I'm the person that gets put as the bad guy. Because she learned all my triggers. She learned a lot about me. She didn't know that I was actually really smart, because I never really used to flaunt my intelligence. And then when I started flaunting my intelligence, that's when people started really turning their back on me. So I really got confused and lost and gaslit and broken. But it shows you how people with the same psychological scars can be attracted to each other. There's no doubt in my mind that I know that she's an avoidant. She's a fearful avoidant. I'm a fearful avoidant. Well, I'm not really that much of a fearful avoidant anymore, but it shows you how people with the same psychological scars can be attracted to each other. And I promise you, I do know that she loves me. She just can't handle it right now. Because I know when I was trying to keep her in my life, I couldn't handle it at all. But I know I went to therapy, and when I went to therapy, the only person that decided to actually try to go to therapy with me was my mom, and she lied throughout the whole entire thing. So that taught me everything that I needed to know. So anyway, guys, that's another episode of Hey Yo Kateri Productions. It's your boy Hey Yo Kateri. Like, comment, subscribe on my YouTube channel. Follow, comment, and like on my social media platforms. And this is exactly why you need to start taking control of your life at a young age. It's your boy Hey Yo Kateri. I'm out.